Oh, hey there. Ready for part 5? The final part of the bucket drumming series. At the end of this episode, I've got a little surprise for you. Stay tuned. So today I will be covering stick tricks, one-handed drum rolls, and performance tips. So let's get right to them. Let's start with just catching them. You just toss the stick. You can start with a half twirl. Just doing this. Like that. When you get comfortable doing that, you will eventually be able to do a 360 twirl. You want the stick to twirl like this one more time, and then when this end comes down, you catch it here. So it comes up like this. You kind of have to turn your wrist towards you as you are just about to let the stick go. It's hard to demonstrate it slow, but I hope this gives you a clear idea. I could put it in slow motion for you if you want to see it, what's happening. Okay, and you do the same with your left hand. You just throw it, catch it. Now, let's talk about twirling the stick and keeping it in your hand while it's twirling. The rock and roll twirl, which is the most common stick trick you probably find among drummers. You put your hand out like this. See, these two fingers, the index in the middle, and you want to put the stick in here. Instead of doing a regular fulcrum like this, it's actually between these two fingers instead. I would recommend that you pull up a little higher. Normally you would do it down here, but you can have it up here. So you have an even weight distribution from here to here, and then turn your wrist this way towards you, and you want to go like around here. You feel the weight. You want to focus on getting this stick to go around this way and that way. And then eventually, it would not look like a twirl if you're not going fast. So eventually you just want to work your way up. It looks awkward at first, because then you will have to get the feel for it until it starts to, then it starts to look like a twirl when you go fast enough. You want to do this towards the crowd so it looks like the stick is twirling. If you do it this way, it just looks awkward and it's just seesaw. However, there is another trick that can look good from any angle. This is a much more difficult twirl. It's called the helicopter twirl. And you actually see these two fingers here with the stick here. You need to get this stick into the fourth and the middle finger. And you kind of bring it over here. And then you go like this. And then you turn your wrist around. And you go like this, and then it goes back to the index finger. And then it goes like this way, and it goes there. And you repeat. You will get this twirl to start to repeat. So it looks like you have a double twirl. And then you eventually get the helicopter twirl like this. Keep it in the center of a stick like that. Yeah, that's what a helicopter twirl looks like. It just takes a lot of practice, and I do not expect you to figure this out overnight. Take your time with this twirl. Just remember, I will repeat this. You just keep it. It's almost like you're going to do the regular rock and roll twirl, but it's more of like an alternating wrist motion as you switch a pair of fingers. You will also do it in here while you do it over here with the feel of this trick, right, like that. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It looks really cool because it looks good from any angle. Even though I am a right-handed drummer, my left hand's better at this trick because I'm frequently using the other hand to do a drum roll, which I will get to right to that point with the one-handed drum roll with the right hand. So let's get to that. Sorry, the camera is like really low down, but yeah, I'm kind of holding it. looking at you upside down. Well, anyway, I just want to show you the one-handed drum roll, right? And start from slow to fast, so you can see how my hand motion goes up and down. Basically, the speed of the one-handed roll, the sound of the strokes occur twice as fast as your hand speed. So you'll see what I'm talking about. See what I did there? I actually went like down and up and down and up. Basically, you want to be parallel with the drum like this. That's what's happening. You're going down, hits the head and the rim at the same time. And when your hand keeps going under the drum, you want to make sure that your fingers go under the drum to help to get the stick to rise again as you push down farther. And then when you lift, it will snap as you go up. So you go down, up, down, up, down, and up. And then you can just stop without having to do that technique. You just hit the head. Maybe you want to end on the downbeat. You could go 1 E and a 2. 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 You know, things like that. It's pretty fun to play around with it. But I don't expect you to learn this overnight as well. Just like those stick tricks. But I just want to show you this because you will be able to play other things with your left hand. You can start hitting the floor while you're doing the one-handed roll. Pretty fun, right? Alright, moving on. When you do perform, do not worry about making mistakes. These tricks that if you don't feel comfortable doing them during the performance, don't use them. Just use them when you feel comfortable. It's a live performance. People are not going to pity you or make fun of you. Oh my goodness, I dropped the stick. What am I gonna do? It's okay. Everything's fine. During my talent competition, I was a drum soloist at Morrisville State College, and this was not bucket drumming, by the way. This was with the real drum set. But there was a time I have dropped a drumstick, and it was out of reach. I could not just pick it up. It was actually like 10 feet away from the drum set. So when I dropped that stick, I made that as part of my act. I made the mistake as a part of my act. So what I did was, I went off the drum set, playing on the floor with one stick, and then picked up the stick as I play with my other hand on the floor, and I start doing like a drumming on the floor, and I start doing fun tricks, you know, like putting the drumstick behind my leg, making it look like I'm breakdancing, but I'm not really breakdancing or anything like that. But people went, wow, they absolutely loved it. They were cheering. I could hear them cheering. And as a result of that contest, I won first place. People loved it. So it's not over when you drop the stick. It's never over. You just keep this show going. There was one thing I almost forgot. Last week I mentioned that I would be teaching you how to do improvisational drumming. So I will be covering that right now. I will introduce you rhythm vocabulary. These are like rhythmic patterns that you will remember and put in your back pocket, and it's something that you could pull out when you want to use it as part of your improvisational acts. There's a classic rhythm. I think it would be a good starter. We're going to be using only eighth notes in the first example. gonna have a pulse on beat 1, and then there's gonna be on the and of 2, and there's gonna be 2 hits on beat 4 and the and of 4. So it would be like this: 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 4 and 1, 2 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1. That's a rhythm that I thought might sound kind of cool for all of you to play around with it. So, but that's one of the easier ones. You can even just get rid of the and of 4 and just do. And you can create like additional notes around that pulse. So it'd be something like this. And keep in mind, you do not have to play all of the things I just played. You can create your own rhythm around this pulse. That's all it for the lessons today. Before we go, I have a special surprise for you. Well, that will conclude the entire bucket drumming series, and thank you so much for going through this journey with me, and I will see you around sometime soon, hopefully. Well, anyway, if you enjoy that, please subscribe, like, and a comment below, and I will see you later. Bye.